for now.
Okay.
But they forgot to remove the Chinese commentators on that one, I believe.
Oh, is that the okay? Interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
normally
they
don't give us that.
Oh, funny. Okay. Well, I might have to do a little observing for this one then if we
Yeah.
want to get some game audio. So I better get myself ready for this one. We'll see if that's adjusted or not. But either way, folks, this is we just witnessed Keen take out eHome from the tournament. Keen move on into the semifinals. They await the winner of this series. Here we got Team Ukraine going against Gorillaz Pride. I imagine Ukraine coming into this one, heavy favorites. If you look at their roster, these guys, they have been in the Dota scene. They have been around the block, and they have taken many names. So, Gorillaz Pride, what do they got? They got Smash, right?
Smash.
The Smash God.
It's the one tournament a year he gets to play.
This is the biggest prize. This is his TI, baby.
Yep.
He can't get a part of that Valve money.
Is Van also one of the band players?
Yes, I believe.
Okay. This is it. This is the one hope for Smash this year to get some prize money. It's a lot of prize money, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think, Masoku, their support, he's also one of the players we're not meant to talk about.
Could probably bribe Valve with this money to get back in the DPC. We'll see. But, a big opportunity for them, but it is going to be a tall order. They have been seeded against. Would you say Ukraine is the top seed for this event?
I think... like the favorite to win it, you mean?
Yeah.
Or I would have said Russia is because they have 4 out of 5 VP players. But they struggled in the groups. They didn't look dominant. But I'd say Russia, Ukraine, and TNC are the 3 favorites for me.
There is a chance we could see Ukraine versus Russia in the finals.
That would be, I think, one of the more hype finals.
If Ukraine get past this, then get past Keen. And for White Off, which you were mentioning, Team Russia, they have to push past Team No Lifers, and then the winner of TNC versus Team Canary.
TNC did 2-0 the Russian team White Off in the group stage. So, and TNC and White Off basically the 2 teams who have won WSG before. TNC won the first one, the Russians won the second one, so they're basically the 2 previous champions. So that could be a fun matchup in the second round.
You're right.
The Brazilians got second place last year, though, so some returning players who've done well, and then we'll see some new faces. Gorillaz Pride. I don't think the Peruvians did amazing last year, if I don't recall.
I don't think last year, no. I know Pain got second.
Pain got second to Russia, and third and fourth was some unusual teams. I think Cloud9, the Danes, got third, fourth. They were one of the teams. Or maybe that was a few years ago. I can't remember. But I see you liquidating.
I got it right over here.
Bring me the news.
Pain was second. Then Team Hellas was
the
third.
Greece. Adfin boys.
And then Rocky.
That's China.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, a lot of money. That one was even more money last year. But, oops. All right.
Okay.
So, here we are. Draft underway. Priority on the Chen early pickup here for Team Ukraine. The response from Gorillaz Pride is they get the Keeper of the Light and the Sven pickup here now.
Usually you'll see a Chen partner now, like the carry, like a PA, Jug. We saw Chen Jug earlier today. PA is always good. I think PA is the hero that benefits the most from Divine Favor because of the plus how much damage it is being even more damage when you're critting. But Jug, same thing. Jug also is a crit. So you could see either way. And Jug's good against the Cuddle. You can kill the Will-O-Wisp better than a lot of heroes. But we'll see what they have in mind.
Yeah.
Did you see any Gorillaz Pride games?
No,
yesterday?
I didn't.
Okay.
This is my first opportunity to watch, so I'm excited.
Yeah, same for me. I love watching Smash play. Watch his stream every now and then. He plays some very unconventional heroes.
Yeah, he used to know him for his Ember Spirit was a big deal. And what's he playing now?
He's been playing mostly offlane in pubs the last few years, but I don't know. I saw him playing for a while. I was playing a lot of Axe and Earthshaker offlane.
Interesting.
I haven't seen him so much the last 3 to 6 months, but I'm not sure. I wonder if he's the offlaner or not for this team.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm curious as well. Those have been probably the late night games that Will and Blitz have been, or not Will and Blitz, Blitz and Cap have been covering.
Yep.
All right, Rubik comes out second pick here. The support staff already coming together here for Team Ukraine. Rubik's, I imagine, much better option than it used to be against Coddle now that the Will-O-Wisp is a thing. Because I'm trying to think now. Imagine it's not too hard of a steal. Because for a Coddle, it's like, it means you have to, what, timeout Blinding Light every time to cast right after Will-O-Wisp otherwise. Or you can just self-chakra, I guess.
Yep.
But it is possible to steal.
Yeah, I find it a little bit different to what we normally see, that they pick a support with Chen. Normally it's Chen plus a carry, but I guess they feel confident there's enough carries in the pool they can go for, though. With that said, there's been a lot of carry bans. Troll banned out by Ukraine themselves, now Jug, Lifestealer, Ursa, Razor all banned from Gorillaz Pride. They're really targeting those core heroes.
What about the PA, though?
Yeah,
Still in there.
To me, like the obvious go-to pick you'd think they'd put bust out, but who knows?
Reserve time used on this ban. Come on.
The two games I saw on day one of Team Ukraine, it was no one on Ursa destroying everyone. So I'm not surprised to see them ban that in the first stage, and there's the PA banned out in 5 seconds time.
Look at them, they're laughing. It's like, I wonder if they knew that was going to happen or not, because they just seriously went through like all of the best available carry options at this point.
Maybe they just won a game where, now they get to pick a fun carry, is what they're saying. And PA, Jug, Ursa, these are pretty fun carries to play, to be honest, but maybe the opposite happens now. You have to play a boring Spectre or something. It's funny, though. The heroes that other people consider boring, carry players love to play.
Yeah.
The AMs, like the creep hitters that just do their thing. I don't know. I feel like most carry players you talk to about anti-mage and like, oh, I love playing that hero. I want to play more anti-mage.
I wonder why that is. I wonder if they feel like they get away more often with just relaxing and being able to just play their CS game, farm, and have little contention. Because only in like these real intense nerd sweaty games, like actual pro games, do you have to like, okay, we have to address the AM. Okay, we have to like encroach on them. While in pubs, you're more often just gonna get to do what you want.
I think AM feels really fun because you have Blink, so you can really push your heroes farming to the limit, like with efficiency going from camp to camp, and also split pushing in a really dangerous way. When you're playing these carries that can push lanes and not die, it feels really good. I think Jug's similar. When you can Blade Fury TP out from any gank as Jug, it feels nice to play Jug. And that's like a carry player mentality. If you can get away with more, it's great.
Or
if you have to play
more possibilities.
Yeah, when you have to play super safe and careful, it doesn't feel as good as a carry player. But they get Brewmaster for now, so probably just their offlaner. Probably General's hero.
And an Oracle for the side of Gorillaz Pride. I love my boy Oracle. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're good. Oh, no, we're not good.
Oh, no. All right. Well, we'll keep it on this for now because we like to see the players, I imagine, during the draft. But then we can switch over to my camera and use the audio from there. So make sure we have something. Chaos Knight, immediate response of the OD, which I may have spoiled.
Oh, yeah. It's hard. It's like no matter how many times you spoil picks, I still will do it again and again because I get in my draft mode. I'm just staring at my screen.
Yeah, of course.
Staring at the wrong screen, of course.
Well, I'll say that Chaos Knight is fun to play with Oracle. Chaos Knight, I don't know, maybe these days, but it used to be like he has a lot of strength, whether it's armlet toggling or going for Heart, which is like a great item on him. And the synergy with Oracle is so fantastic with that False Promise, the double regen. It just feels like you can never die.
And in lane, CK Coddle, that was a go-to dual lane for at the start of the 7.21 patch. Everyone was just doing CK Coddle. And then I think both heroes got nerfed. Coddle did. I can't remember CK, but I think he got nerfed too.
I don't know did Coddle get nerfed in the Chakra Magic aspect at all?
I don't think so.
Because
it was Will-O-Wisp mostly.
Benefit, because CK's like all of his abilities have such low cooldown, so it's like you just keep giving him mana, he'll be able to spam in that wave so much, and especially with all the new abilities he's got, the pull in and such, that's like more guaranteed. It's just beautiful pairing.
Pangolier Band, not an obvious pick for them since they already have Brewmaster as an offlane, but they could do a mid Pango or a safe lane Pango. It's a very good hero against Chaos Knight. With the Swashbuckle and a Maelstrom, you can clear out illusions, and Rolling Thunder is really annoying for CK because he's not really a BKB hero, and if you go BKB, your illusions don't get it. You generally want some AoE against CK, which right now, they've got Fade Bolt, Brewmaster Clap, OD actually gets some AoE now, but it's not like they have amazing solutions to CK with the Phantasm.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely need more ways to kind of put them in check. If you're able to cripple a CK to not get very effective with his ult, do you feel like it can ruin his whole game? I don't know. Is that still the case? Like CK is just like not his ult is everything, but I feel like if his ult is really not put to full use, it just feels like he's hindered
In the late game,
dramatically.
yeah,
In the
late game,
especially.
yeah, late game, it's you need ulti to fight. You're super cooldown dependent. In the early game,
Yeah.
it's whatever. Like your laning stage, you're very dominant, so that's a big part of the hero now. You don't have to have when you have like let's say like your first item, like your treads, drums, or armlet, or Vlad's. You don't need your ultimate necessarily, but it does eventually get to a point where you do.
Well, they grabbed that boring hero you talked about, Spectre. So
Yeah,
I guess we gotta play it.
It's still Spectre's probably still one of the better, more niche carries out there in games like this, and I've seen it done a few times with the Chen. We'll probably want a Radiance against the CK this game. Doesn't have to be a first item, but I feel like eventually you will want to have a Radiance on your team. Very good and annoying at sniping these backline Oracle Cuddle supports as well. I like that about the Spectre pick. If you can go in the Oracle and force Oracle to use his spells on himself defensively, that puts you in a very good position.
All right. I like the ban of the Huskar, obviously, with the Oracle being picked up. You never really know what could come out here. But Death Prophet ends up coming out. Another great pairing with the Oracle, too. So lots of survivability with the Siphon and such.
Yep.
But great sieging capability now with the team. Be able to push these towers, advance the game forward. So what do you think the game plan is? Is it one of these end the game before the Spectre can become a big problem?
Yeah, they want to play fast. And even though CK has Phantasm, he's not really a pushing hero until people are dead. If heroes are alive, you can't just Phantasm and hit buildings typically. Whereas Death Prophet, you can just pop your ultimate and push buildings. So that's a different story, and it really forces objectives. Towers, Roshan. We're going to see a 3-position Sven, so we'll see a fast Vlad's there, I imagine. And I like, all in all, what we're going to be seeing coming out of this team.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
All right, so I got to get my observer fingers ready.
Okay. No pressure, Dakota.
Yeah, I know. The hotkeys aren't there, so I might have to click some stuff, but
yeah.
Should be no big deal. All right, I haven't seen either of these teams yet, so this is going to be a treat for me.
Ukraine, yeah, fun team, fun roster. It's a complete mix of players. None of these players are currently on the same team, which is, I think, of all the WSG teams, most teams will have a couple players who play together, or even 3 or 4. These guys are all over the place. You've got a VP player, you've got a Nopengo player.
I'm sure it's like how many times have they played on a team together at some point,
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh, I was on, God, we can go anywhere with this. Like Vega with this gentleman while he was a part of Empire, and
I imagine
like,
there were
goes on and on.
some, but there's like no obvious ones. Like General on Navi wasn't with any of these guys. I feel like Iceberg has probably played with Sioma the Slayer has played with a lot of people. I think him and Iceberg played together for a while. Aloha Dance, but no one's been on VP forever. General's just been known for his stint on Navi. And do you have
Don't
your,
mind me. I'm just going to
good.
quickly turn some of these big things down just so that I don't.
Do you have the audio on? Is that?
Should be on, right?
It should.
I hear it in my ear.
Okay. Oh, I think I just don't hear your audio. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's
yeah.
fine with me.
You can turn your Dota 2 audio on if you want, but if
Nice.
I hear it, I think everybody in the world hears it too.
Yeah. I'll bring back the Chinese commentators with it. Look, if you guys get bored of us, we can bring in some backup commentators. And that way you don't have to mute the stream. You'll just have a different language.
There they are.
You're complaining about the lack of chat, Will. We'll just, after a big team fight, just put them on for 5
it's
seconds.
like, what do they have to say about this?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right. So let's get into it now. Looks like a aggro setup coming out from Gorillaz Pride, possibly through this bottom lane. With the Keeper and the CK, they're going to pair it also with the Oracle for now.
We'll see if they stick with it. A lot of teams will try lane for bounty runes, but then end up dual laning. But at the same time, you're versing Spectre. It's a good hero to try lane against.
Very true.
The issue is maybe you don't want to have a Sven in a 1v2. Sven's kind of, it's not like a Timbersaw where you're like, he's solo, that's great. Sven typically wants a partner to combo with. Okay. I was about to say, I was feeling that lag. I was like, I thought that was Perfect World Service, but it looks like it is Perfect World Service. Just not on our end, on everyone's end.
Fair enough. All right. Nice stutter step back and out. Yeah, so there's a lot of bursting potential on this Spectre. It could get quite annoying real quick. Chen, I mean, his business in the lane is not really going to be a whole lot to try to fend her in that front.
Yep.
So I'm sure they'll be able to kind of keep her in check real fast. Oh, and this is weird. On the pause, like my mouse. Oh, okay, there we go. It was like flying the camera all over the place. Okay.
Thank you.
You know what I realized, I think it was a few days ago, Perfect World and Chinese server games hardly ever have those crazy slideshow lags that we used to have. It used to happen like every other game.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it happens 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 even.
Interesting.
These servers are much more stable than they used to be.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
As they used to be god awful. All right, stuns out. Looking to go to heavy burst and go for the initial kill onto the Pango Slayer. Got him.
Yeah. Did he not expect this trial? I thought they scouted them earlier, but yeah, he just gets completely caught out. Easy kill. Chaos Bolt level 1. Nice way to go about it.
All right, Gorillaz Pride.
Yep.
Come into play.
This is not going to be a fun lane for no one on the Spectre, and
No,
we'll see how no one does. Not known for being a carry player, and going to be playing one of the perhaps classic hard carries of Dota 2, the Spectre.
Yeah, I'm curious how they ended up coming to that kind of decision on who's going to be playing, like what role for this, because you know the argument could be made. No one's probably one of the best in the world in the mid lane. Iceberg obviously no joke either, but
Yeah.
guess they.
I could see no one kind of like volunteering for it, because I think if you're him, I think you actually can learn a lot playing carry that can help your team. Because maybe VP, when they go to some events, will want to swap lanes. Like, let's say they want to put Ramsey's mid on Brood, because he's the Brood player.
Yeah.
Some games, no one will have to play that side lane carry. So I actually think it's a good way for him to, learn a few new tricks.
Right now, though, no one feeling so much heavy pressure already coming out. Oracle going to help rooting him down, charging up the stun, waiting with the Illuminate, and it's going to land, and it's going to be a takedown.
Getting all these 2-second stuns.
Oh, look at me. Look at my camera work all the way up to the top lane. An attempt to get the grab onto Smash. Telekinesis pullback, not going to be enough. Smash makes it back under the safety
Back
of
and made a
tower through
lot
the
of
trees.
damage.
And yet, we got
You're
a
on
Soul
it.
Siphon. Iceberg narrowly avoids the Crypt Swarm there, but Van keeping him in check. Bottom lane, wow. Coddle looked like eating a lot of damage. The return of no one. Get the dagger on that return.
You're still in this 3v2, so even low HP as a Coddle, you don't really have to leave the lane. You're not ever in too much danger of dying. If they go on you, it's like, well, we're going to kill you. We're in a 3v2. Luckily for Chen, he does find the annoying ghost creep, but that's also going to get killed off here if he's not careful with how he micros it.
The ghost creep. Spell Spirit, yeah, he's going to be taken down.
Actually, no, he got the wrong one. He didn't get the ghost creep.
It looked like the most basic creep. I was going to say, I'm like, that's
you're
the
right.
big scary creep.
No,
it's like a little random.
He fed it on purpose because he wants it. This ghost is incredibly strong with the 20% slow.
Oh, that ghost, yeah.
This ghost is actually... Because you can't get the high-level creeps with level 1 Holy Persuasion. This is actually one of the best creeps you can get. So, we'll see how things pan out here. Brewmaster free farming away up top, but you'd expect that with the 2v1 lane, and with all the success he's having, they're actually rotating Rubik towards mid.
Yeah, he's been parked there for a while, kind of looking for an opportunity to maybe get the jump onto Van.
Don't think they can kill Van unless he gets really low from trading hits, which I think is unlikely. Oh, they were calling Spectre top. Did you see?
Yeah, Spectre
So,
always the top lane.
Chen TP top while recalling the Spectre. That's
interesting
little move. Yep.
So I'm keeping my eyes here as Van. They do make the approach to try to go for Van, but he makes the cut all the way down the river here, and Coddle will be there by the side. And like you mentioned, yeah, top, it's Spectre up here now.
Yep. Looking for an easier lane to get some farm now. Doesn't want to versus Trilan, and I think Spectre will still have TP if they counter, like if they follow him top, he can actually buy a TP and go bottom.
The ghost creep is here now.
Yeah.
Get him.
It's pretty pesky.
Mega slow onto Smash. Now the Coddle nearby. Trying to get some stack going for himself, maybe to blast down later, or at least assist Smash in arms right there. Oh, Aloha Dance, able to snipe down that kill. Bottom lane, he gets the full rotation from that mid lane to the bottom, and that's going to assist in getting a takedown to CK, it looks like.
Yeah, that's considering they're the ones playing aggressive there. I'm a bit surprised to see that kill happen, but CK dies and immediately goes top. Wants to be once again against the Spectre, but Spectre sees this and now TP's bottom.
Yep.
It's like too late to almost make this move because Spectre's already ready to rotate. Brewmaster can rotate as well. Wants to get a bounty rune first, and it does look like a lot of these bounty runes, I think all 4 of them in fact, are going to be going Team Ukraine's way.
Ooh. Yeah, they have the eyes ready out for the bounty runes. Gorillaz Pride, unfortunately, probably have their priorities elsewhere at the moment.
Yep.
Maybe in their own lane advantage, but
yeah, what are they looking to do? CK's had a good start, but that's here that wants to just keep going back to lanes and farming. So it's up to the supports to rotate. Which bottom lane they are going on this Rubik.
long charge up, finds its mark onto the Rubik, and there's the burst. Oracle's level 3, and he's got the second point into that Purifying Flames. It does offer a lot of burst potential.
Not the end of the world losing a support there. All 3 cores doing very well on.
Oh, surrounding top lane here, CK, and they summon the Rubik as well.
Nice.
An ambush play, this new Chen toolkit. The one he stole from Coddle. Proving to be quite useful.
So unfortunately, Rubik's Lift is still on cooldown from before his death.
Oh.
That's one of those awkward, like he probably... Oh,
he just got it now,
the tree block now.
Oh.
He probably told his Chen to recall him in, and just, you know, when you respawn, you just assume you have all your spells, except, you know, like a big long cooldown ultimate. You just assume in your head, okay, telekinesis will be up. So he got recalled into a gank, and telekinesis wasn't up. I'm sure in his mind he just didn't consider that possibility, or at least the team as a whole didn't, because that completely caught them off, and they end up giving away another kill because of it.
Yeah, 34 seconds, so long for telekinesis level 1 cooldown.
They're going to pop Exorcism up top. They want to take a tower, it looks like.
Scoping out from behind here. They do have the ward on that staircase, so they can see exactly the spacing of this Brewmaster if there's anyone waiting behind him, which there's not. Needed a bit more, and they got it to be able to get the finish. And they'll double back to go for the tower, too.
Yeah, I think it probably reveals the fact there's a ward there, but it's definitely worth getting the kill plus tower here very early on. Gorilla Pride need to set the tempo. They're the team that wants to, you know, take all these objectives whenever Exorcism is up. If you can find a way to use it, that will help a lot.
Back at bottom, it's a 1v1 as you can see here. Smash kind of taking it. No one will walk back under the tower a bit, while mid lane could see a cautious approach here. So OD is swinging from under his own tower, but the full support staff of Gorillaz Pride is kind of hanging
Bottom
in the
lane
neighborhood.
gank. They're going for Sven. Double damage Rubik too. Another dagger.
Yep.
Oh, he blocks
the
the damage.
Fate's Edict with the block.
They still want this kill, but he's healing up and he's going to survive. Smash.
Turn around, stuns up the Rubik, goes for the TP out, the blast, but
Gets rooted.
Can't make
There's
it
no
out.
changes.
Wow,
Can't TP
the
away from these
rotation
roots.
in. Rotation in from the Oracle. Very well done.
6 kills to 1. Gorilla Pride are getting some nice rotations, punishing especially the Rubik, who's playing very aggressive. 3 deaths now on Aloha Dance. I mean, 1 or 2 of those was Chen pulling him into these kind of slightly unfavorable positions, but
They are winning in the kills, but lots of the creep farm on the map is going the way of Ukraine.
yeah.
50 on the OD, 46 for no one as well on the Spectre. Switch over the net worth now.
Pop that shrine before Spectre was even there.
Guys, where's my mana?
Yeah, and it has Haunt up, so that's actually with the clarity, but that's, you know, something you got to be careful about doing. No one is happy to just play more farm. Then he'll be like, "Well, I'm not helping you guys out."
Yeah.
Good vision from Gorilla Pride. They've kind of taken over a lot of this Radiant side of the map with their Observer wards, so really looking to catch people out farming and have plays they can make. But I think the big hero that Ukraine want to play around is this Brew. He's level 6, you know, has the Primal Split. They need to go to his lane, not the Spectre's. Like, going to a Spectre's lane, there's just not a whole lot you can do to gank for a Spectre. You're much better off just creating space by fighting elsewhere on the map, and then Spectre can just find some alone time.
Looks like a trade from towers here that Brew's going for the tier 1 top, but meanwhile, as we can see, Van's got the Exorcism out, so they will clear through this tier 1 just a bit faster.
They're coming to defend top, I believe. Yeah, they bring in Spectre, but this is a tower Gorilla Pride could theoretically defend, but they also see the Coddle.
Yep. He drops down the Will-O-Wisp.
Oh.
And it will get most of them, but there's no reinforcements nearby, so they quickly just take out that Will-O-Wisp, take out the old man, and now they turn to look back for the Oracle, and he should be easy peasy too.
Give the Spectre some kills, guys.
Okay.
He's asking for him too. He wanted it, trying to
get him work for it.
He didn't get the first kill, and he also didn't get the Will-O-Wisp kill, which is 100 gold. All of those went to like Rubik and Brewmaster until that final kill. Bottom lane smash. He gets smashed.
Gets put into the trash can right there.
Back at top, they are defending this tower though, and yeah, no one gets forced away.
All right, they actually hold on to the tower.
And bounty runes get secured. Oh no. Well, yeah, they do. Chen gets one, and the other one does not get taken by the CK top. He TPs as the Chen TPs out. That's fantastic. And this bounty rune, CK was running for it, but then saw the Chen, so it's still sitting there. And it looks like no one's going to get it. Okay.
Nice.
He's a happy man. His team is probably even happier because they get the gold as well.
Sweet. All right. Well, back to the board.
It's, you know, you thought it'd be a different style of Dota. It's actually a slower paced game than what we saw out of the two teams from China, because there's double Midas Gaming coming out from Team Ukraine. They know they have the late game. They understand that Gorilla Pride are on a bit of a timer with this Death Prophet pick, so they're just going to farm it up.
Yeah, and certainly with the Spectre, they don't mind pushing this one into the later game. Okay, Chen, though, could be caught on the bad end of an ambush here. Being able to secure that one and a killing spree on top of it.
Gets the D-ward off, but still. We'll see. Next exorcism up in 8 seconds time, so they may want to go for another tower here. The tier 1 mid is the ideal target. I think level 1 exorcism, you can't quite go for tier 2s yet. And if you can kill OD plus get a tower, that'd be a big, big win for them. Problem is they got a little bit close to that tower mid, so they have been revealed, and Iceberg is going to be fine here, it looks like.
The call of the CK ult. He is ready to play.
Looks like Ukraine do want to defend this one, though, and they have got Haunt. Spectre's full health, full mana now. Level 4 dagger.
Smash feeling antsy. Spots out for the Rubik. Rubik steals the Stormbolt. Now we have the Exorcism committed. Fan on the other side. Stormbolt's going to find connection. False Promise, though. Nice timing there. Soul Siphon. Going to keep her alive. The Banish, though. Locks on her spot while the Brewmaster is shoving back the CK, taking him totally out of the fight. Fighting him under his own tower with the assistance from no one. Should be able to slice it and get it done, and does so. Looking to retreat the other end. Smash, looking to swing it out. Big Illuminate Blast, assisting it in the finish of the Brewmaster now. Van trying to fight out on the back end of the Soul Siphon.
Oh, this Oracle damage
going down.
Oracle takes out Spectre with all this Purifying Flame spam.
He's just spamming it out right now. Can do it again onto the Rubik here. Boom, another one done.
Oh, the ultimate kill Sekira. That insta-cast Purifying Flame gets several kills, including the big kill on Spectre, who just got completely caught by surprise by like a triple dagger.
Wow.
He did the second most damage of his team after Death Prophet in that fight. 1,700 damage, all with those Purifying Flames. He got 6 of them off. I don't know if they were all offensive.
The cooldown is incredibly low. It's 2.25 seconds, so yeah. You can spam it just non-stop. As long as you're able to kind of, you know, obviously not end up healing your opponent, you space it out between your first spell, the Fortune's End.
Yeah. The issue with the hero is why you don't see it used offensively is that typically you're picking Oracle to save teammates, and that's where your Oracle does not get the opportunity to be an offensive damage dealer most of the time. Top lane, though, they want this Chaos Knight.
Oh, they're pincering in. They should get him. Steals the stun. Grab. Iceberg will pick up the last hit. And they can segue this into a tier 1 push top lane. Easy peasy there, but quick to trade is going to be Gorilla's Pride. We'll see what they do after they take this tier 1, though. Well, they're going to keep going. Exorcism still has 20 seconds.
Yeah. Not sure if they can get the tier 2 here. And even Rubik, that's enough to defend it. Probably Fate Bolt will clear the wave and reduce a lot of the damage coming out. But if Death Prophet wants to rotate with the team, they've got 4 heroes around this bottom lane. So they can very easily go for a tier 2. Lines are being drawn. Rubik's even saying, you know, they're potentially going to come down here and gank me if he can't actually nuke the wave by the tower because he can be flanked from behind. So
and they have so much vision down here too.
They
see
need
everything.
They need Brewmaster to lead. He TP's in, has got his ultimate, needs to be careful not to die to a silence from Death Prophet. So If he goes in for a clap,
Man.
he needs to be careful. But he probably wants the clap damage is
They're
the
not
thing.
checking there at all.
Will he get punished? He has got Astral to save him too. Yeah, he
Okay,
goes for the clap.
Oracle's got to stay far back if he wants to bail out his friend here. Getting him wait. Will-O-Wisp. There goes the split. No false promise necessary yet. Death Prophet happy to fight on forward. Gets caught on telekinesis push back, but man, they easily handle and finish off that Rubik. Now can fight on the back of the Exorcism here. Baruch caught within the trees. Should be finished. There it is. Another little Purifying Flames just to sap him down with that long cast range.
Just didn't have the numbers. Spectre's Haunt did end up coming back up, but wasn't online at the start of the fight. And no one, I think, was just saying, like, look, they're already set up. Once they're set up, it's very hard to take that fight.
Yeah.
He did grab 2 bounty runes down bottom, but unfortunately he did not head back for the top one, so it will be Oracle splitting the bounties 2 apiece. But I think for Ukraine, you didn't need to give up those kills, but you're still in an okay position because you've got the late game, you've got this double Midas farm going. They just need to make sure they pick better fights, and part of it is that OD can't really fight with just a Kaya. You normally need like the either mobility items or a BKB.
I feel like you're going to need the mobility because you have to find who's the best person set up on, and that's going to lead to my next question is who do you prioritize on focusing on the Gorillaz Pride side? Because you have like Oracle, who has like the get out of jail free card in the back lines. The Coddle's obviously also incredibly annoying, but then you have these frontliners who are going to be doing a lot of damage unless you take them out of the fight. So what are your priorities if you're Team Ukraine?
Yeah, I think you want to Cyclone the Oracle is the big thing here. Or you go on him, because he has that big save. Last fight, Brewmaster Split was used, and he didn't really micro the Cyclone. Down bottom, CK getting ganked here, and with the Sanity, he's actually going to get blown up, and no one wants more.
Oh, yeah. Coddle tried to step in to maybe bail him out. Didn't have the Will-O-Wisp. Probably for his benefit, if he tried to drop the Will-O-Wisp there, I'm sure the CK still would have died. Regardless, you know, good use of the Chen, that recall ability.
Gets mad. I mean, that's what Ukraine's doing to kind of, well, I wouldn't say stay in this game, but to keep things even and, if anything, keep things favored towards them because they're just farming. OD does get caught back in the top lane. They're just using their mobility. They're farming the map better. They're using this Chen recall. I guess we don't really call it recall anymore, but that's essentially what it is.
Oh, I'm going to keep calling it what it is.
Do you know what? I think if I read correctly what it's called, when the tooltip says they're being raptured.
Raptured.
The rapture.
The rapture. Oh, yeah.
Holy Persuasion is the spell. But,
yeah.
There's a lot of Midases, by the way. Sven went back for one. I don't know. I think both teams are overdoing these Midases a little bit, particularly after the nerfs, but 2 Midases on each side.
All right.
Okay,
Everybody getting ready for some late game insurance, I guess.
Yeah, I think the patch has kind of nerfed this item down a lot, and it is. I feel like it was being overvalued a little bit already. There is less being bought, so maybe it's still being just a little bit overvalued. But I'm not a fan of how many Midases we're seeing, and OD's item build is a little interesting. This Yasha and Kai is one of those items that feels really good in OD, but playing OD without mobility, like a 4-staff or a blink, also does not feel good. So I'm a bit surprised to see Iceberg just going for a pure stats item.
Ukraine now on the push out, since Gorillaz have kind of been on the war path here, clearing out all the towers available with the exception of that mid-tier 2 still standing.
Yeah, they're just not quite ready to fight on the Ukraine side, but considering they don't fight very well, they are getting a good amount on farm on heroes that can use farm well. OD, Spectre, heroes to be afraid of should this game go late.
Yeah, because the CK doesn't seem very scary at the moment. I mean, he's scary-ish, got an armlet, so yeah, he can hit kind of hard, but he's not terrifying. The heart's still going to take a bit of time to kind of come together as well.
Down bottom, Spectre wants to catch the Coddle. Didn't hit him with the dagger, but still got the slow, and he can't solo kill.
Good retreat.
Now 4 Gorilla Pride heroes charging down bottom, hoping to catch the Spectre.
He got 1 ward on the way.
Yeah, he's got a recall going.
He's gone.
He thought about going for those creeps, and he's like, no, if I take damage, can't do that.
All right, to mid lane instead for Ukraine to at least grab this nice little tier 1 for themselves. Long overdue to grab some of these objectives. And bulk up the money a bit.
They just got a tower for nothing, so that's good for them. They forced 4 heroes bottom, and they had a ward. That's the important thing. When you see the rotation, it means you can get the trade elsewhere on the map. So their ward gets dewarded, but they had the info, then they get a tower, and they pull this game back to pretty much even in terms of gold. Neither team's ever had more than like a 1.5k gold lead. It's been pretty even Stevens.
Yeah. And we've been seeing Gorillaz kind of pull out many more ambushes and kills and scrappy plays, but Ukraine's really been kind of playing the economy game super nice.
Smoke into the Radiant jungle.
All right, here they come.
I don't think you want Ukraine's teeping out. They're going for Bounty Runes top with Chen, so I think they're just going to ditch this and probably
Smash
lose a Rubik.
has that blink now. Wants to jump in, goes for the Stormbolt, but there's the Yules to dodge it, but on the way down, they'll finish him off. Aloha Dance will simply tank the gank on this one. Brew still farming around a bit, needs to get the hell out.
He wants the Midas, I think.
Oh.
Is he going to
Kind
be
of
called?
shows them
CK?
that there is a ward on the high ground there, but...
He can split, maybe.
Oh.
Okay.
Iceberg bails him out.
What is
And
Brew?
looks
Oh, he
like
didn't miss
it.
time to silence, though.
Oh, man. So that means that he's able to get off the split, but the quick bring down, Saves Eclipse. False Promise, bails out the CK.
I don't think Ukraine have any damage right now, even though they prop the Primal Split in the Haunt. They actually do 0 damage with that lineup. This is still okay for them. They got 3 out of 4 Bounty Runes. They only lost a Rubik, and they're defending with this with this Exorcism being used. So they don't lose a tower, they don't lose Roshan, they get 3 Bounty Runes, all they lose is a Rubik, and they kill a Coddle. So that's actually a win. I mean, they're up over 1,000 gold after that sequence of events after being down, so things continue to go pretty well for them.
Yeah, and Manta now complete for no one on his Spectre 2.
But yeah, Death Prophet tried to silence Brew coming out of the Astral, and it's a pretty hard one to time. You can't click their head to see the status buff time since they're Astral. You have to just kind of judge it a little bit by the circles around them. And now Brewmaster with Blink Dagger will have a better way to initiate. I still feel like Radiant's going to have damage problems until Spectre gets like, decently farmed.
Curious what our Chinese casters had to say about that. Oh.
Not a whole lot, apparently.
Oh, snap. Might be back. Well, I'm already in the group now, so I might finish this one out. We'll see if it works for next time.
Yeah, look, we were outkill catching has been better than theirs.
Yeah. That's true. I haven't missed a whole lot. I got definitely
Just the one bot. Just the one bot.
Just the one. That's fine.
That was like
That's fine.
a nothing kill too.
Nah, no
That's
big
fine.
deal. All right, top lane, Ukraine. Feel like an easy opportunity to kind of get some slashing damage onto that tier 2 because the approach is coming from Gorillaz Pride.
Yeah. This is like one of those you're forcing it a lot though. Like they show everyone mid is the thing, which means no one knows that he's safe up top. He doesn't feel afraid, although now he needs to be because they are rotating in for him. But with dagger into trees and a TP, he should be fine. Smash instead chasing a Chen, but I don't think he's even going to catch this Chen. Maybe another blink. 7 seconds. It's going to be close. No, he's fine.
They were kind of chasing Gorillaz Pride out as well from that mid lane, but they didn't manage to catch anyone. So it's like, yeah, they're very brash. Like we get it, you're putting your chest out there, but they're not really accomplishing a whole lot with it.
They're being just too predictable with their moves. Like
yeah,
they got a tier 2 tower, sure, but I don't actually think that was a good use of their time. Like they commit 4 heroes, Spectre's farming, they then TP top trying to get kills, and they don't find the kills. They're just too predictable and they're moving around too slowly.
If you're gonna run down Main Street screaming with your torches in the air, we're gonna know you're coming.
Yep.
We're gonna prepare the defenses and prepare the other lanes. Okay, Yule's out to catch out this Rubik. Once again, he's it's just one of the lower net worth supports, no big deal, but it is an opportunity for Gorillaz Pride to say, let's go for Roche.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing. I don't think they're playing that convincingly well by any means, Gorillaz Pride. I think they're playing their draft in a pretty decent but not great way, but it's easy to play and easy to execute. So the fact you just, it's the push Exorcism, take towers. And the fact that Radiant don't have damage means it's very hard for Radiant to actually kill heroes.
Oh, Smash jumps right into Team Ukraine. Is going to get bailed out with a false promise, but he's just
giving more
back.
in because of the false promise.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. Banish comes out. There's no way he's living.
I'm not sure
no
the
way
Banish was. I guess he. I don't know. I didn't need another Banish, but.
All right, buyback from Smash after that one.
That is so bad because Odie has 44 stolen in now.
Oh, okay, here we go. Will-O-Wisp. Good catch right there. No one. Slides out to the other side though. They make it to their part of the land.
This Sanity is going to do a lot of damage if he gets it off.
Oh, wait. Can he get it off? He does get the drop. It gets the self-bandage here. Can he find his allies out? Smash waits with the stun. Moves on in. Tries to hit it home. They're going to be able to get the OD finished. And then they did the response play, getting the Oracle down. And with no one finishing off that Oracle, that's a 4 times kill streak. They can try to go for a response onto him. He manages to Manta. Still silenced, though. Turns the corner. Chen's waiting nearby. Does he need to bail him out? Oh, might have to. No. Turns back, looking to right-click against the CK, and they're successful with it. The Brew coming in from behind, helping out a lot. There's the dagger. Finds connection on Devan. It's going to slow him down. Oh, the Invis. If I can grab it. No, you're not going to grab it. He blinks and leapfrogs over, picks it up for himself, and they're going to get the finish on Devan. Ooh. Double kill for no one. Ooh, what a long-winded fight, especially for Ukraine. But
yeah, giving OD all that didn't do as much damage as I thought, but it still did a good chunk.
Yeah.
We'll see in the Spectre, though. 7k plus hero damage from a Spectre. OD still did 4.6. And even though it didn't blow anyone up like you often see with OD ultimates, it still got everyone low. Like, got the CK from full health down to about half health. Did like 1k damage to each hero at least. And then they contest Roshan. They stop that from going down. Like, that's so big for Ukraine. I feel like that's the fight that Gorillaz Pride should be winning, but Smash giving away his life, blinking in with no follow-up, kind of very costly of him.
As ages now into the pocket of the OD Iceberg. Sorry, Gorillaz Pride. We're gonna have to.
You see a tag, I'm like, oh, Team Windstrike. Oh wait, that's not Windstrike. Infamous.
Everyone of all over the world here. Just gonna have to let that one go a bit. So we're gonna see Ukraine kind of taking the more sizable net worth advantage we've seen this whole game to 4K.
Yep.
No one's got the Defusal. 2K farmed up for his Spectre here to continue to push this one into the later rounds. No big deal. The Radiance and works for our Brewmaster friend. Man, he's got a lot of money in hand.
Yeah, not the hero I expected necessarily to get Radiance, but Spectre is more of a hero killer with the Defusal Manta build, and his job is more to snipe these supports now, which is fine. The Brewmaster can play that Radiance frontliner who deals with the CK and his illusions. Brewmaster's Dispel is actually also good damage against CK illusions, so it's not the most CK-friendly game, I would say.
I agree. Yeah, CK, it's always kind of a suspect pick because he looks like such a badass when he's taking over a game, but it can be just so volatile with his ultimate. All right, long coast-to-coast traveling here for Ukraine. Going to be coming up a bit short.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Gorillaz Pride are now finally starting to head back home. I think they're definitely suspect of something happening.
Yep.
Draw it out on the map a bit.
Spectre's just farming, getting that level 20, and taking advantage of the fact you have Haunt to push out and farm these lanes. They do see Death Prophet mid now, but she does have a BKB.
Oh, they're going to go for it. Yes, they are. Hit her with a Evade Bolt, but she's not able to get that BKB off. But the False Promise is going to be there to get her out. She turns around, looks to go back for the Rubik. The Rubik steals the False Promise, uses it on himself. Very nice. Sliding out the other side is going to be the CK, but he is finished off fast. No one's able to assist on that one. On the other side here, looks like Van up in arms, trying to take it to Mash. Taken out, mashes him home. Iceberg on the other front, begins to hit it hard, towards the Coddle, he's finished, back towards Van, yet again, Soul Siphon not going to be enough for you, it's no one the big hitter here, tearing them all up in between.
Yeah, he just destroys him that fight with Haunt in, supports just have to run around. Iceberg has an Aegis, so he's not afraid of anyone as well. This time it's him doing a bit more damage, but very straightforward fight for the most part for the Radiant, and that's with Brewmaster dying without getting split off. They managed to burst the Brewmaster, but it didn't even matter.
Yeah, they caught that approach from the DP from behind. I thought she was going to have a moment to be able to shrug off the gank with maybe the early tick of the BKB, but not able to happen.
Try to punish the OD, but easy escape for Iceberg, and back to farming. If you're Ukraine, you're just like, well, won that fight, let's wait for the next Haunt, and also Spectre has 5k gold. Let's just get another item.
Yeah, what now? The Radiance is already in the works here for Panda, he decided to get the recipe first. So
This is where Spectre, yeah,
I'm
would
in
maybe get it as a third item.
yeah,
But now it's
Butterfly.
about to say Butterfly Hard or Butterfly Scotty.
Nice.
Butter's good. You get the movement speed burst from the Flutter, which is pretty good for chasing down supports. Basher could be good this game, so you can maybe jump on someone and bash them, and then you don't get like blinding lighted by Coddle. Bounty Rune's coming up. Coddle bottom, trying to contest. He does steal it with a blinding light, but Wu is probably going to die for this one.
But he's so freaking fast. Go, baby, go!
He's going to TP up. He's waiting for the next Glimmer Cape to Glimmer TP. Or is he? No, he's just going to hide in the trees. He's doing even more stylish stuff. He's going to farm.
Oh, he wants to slow the wave down as much as possible. Yeah, but it's not going to stop it. Push is still happening. And the rest of Gorillaz Pride are going to eventually have to attend to that southern lane, where Ukraine are likely to take down this tier 2.
Yep. I believe Spectre had an Arcane Rune last fight, so his Haunt's already back up, and they're ready to fight. This time around, it's Brewmaster with an Arcane Rune. He's hoping to find a Primal Split.
Pings to high ground. Brew's chasing. Oh, wow. He's just all in on this jump to the high ground. Now they decide to Haunt. Quickly catch out the Oracle. They'll finish him off just as fast as they spot him. But it's a quick split, jump, and Haunt just to take out the support. So Ukraine quick to move towards the mid lane to make the most of this.
I don't know if they can push high ground all too well. Their lineup doesn't really break high ground. They don't have...
Bottom lane, tier 2.
Yeah, outer towers make sense. You have Haunt, and you have a Spectre to hit buildings with. That's just not really a thing, so... Yeah. Put Divine Favor on and go for the tier 2. There is defense coming, though.
There it is, jumping from Smash, but the BKB is already there from Iceberg, so he's forced to only right-click, follow up Will-O-Wisp to try to hold him in that spot, but is it going to be good enough? CK is able to help Wallop take down the Rubik.
Spectre's just
and
destroying them on the back
yeah,
line.
Spectre's just running
That's
through
a
the
CK.
team. Looking to go for the CK, no problem, but Van and Smash trying to get the follow-up onto no one. He just slides through the wall to the low ground, looking to slip out the other door, and they're going to be fine.
Yeah. Destroys the team fight, only losing a Rubik here. Spectre catching the backline. Sven blinks in with God Strength to go on the BKB OD, and OD was just sitting there ignoring the Sven God Strength right clicks. Because he has Shiva's Guard, he's sitting on 30 plus armor, it was tickling him. It was like 6-7 right clicks that only got him down to like 2/3 health. And now they can break high ground. With those kills next to them on cooldown, they suddenly do become a team that hits buildings.
Yeah. A lot of the power that Gorillaz Pride was possessing in the early part of this game, it looks like Team Ukraine can pretty much shrug off at this point. Tier 3 easily going to be a handle. The Raxus should be taken down next.
Stolen Illuminate for the Rubik. And Primal Split back up thanks to the Arcane Rune. They're going to get the full Rax, and they're swinging mid as well, still with creeps in base, even if they didn't go through the mid lane. So they're basically saying, you guys have to come defend this one.
Moving for the Coddle, who glimmers up. They hit him with the dust, though. They know if they can get a couple of these scrappy kills. Could probably end this one sooner than later. False promise. Just going to delay the inevitable. Smash to the outside, though, looking to stun this Rubik. But after that, he doesn't really have a whole lot to offer. Here comes no one now.
Yeah, Smash is kind of playing a bit too alone this game. The dive in around the Roshan pit, and now that last fight going on the OD by himself, it just doesn't feel like he's on the same page as the rest of his team, and it's costing them.
They got to buy back now. If you're not buybacking now, then I guess you're pretty much calling it.
They've got extras in 20 seconds, but they may be down like 4 racks even by that point, and that feels almost insurmountable.
Yeah. All the lanes are pushed in.
Yep. And there's so much gold to be spent too. There's like
Ugh.
3k on the OD, 5k on the Spectre.
Just buy back, fight.
Yeah, like you say, if you're not buying back, you may as well call it right now. And, well,
I'll call it. Okay.
here's the answer to that.
All right. Well, I would have to say, this started pretty strong for Gorillaz Pride. What was it? 9-1, 8-1, something like that to lead things off early. But, man, Ukraine are just polished. Got the farming game strong. So many things. Like the Chen was able to utilize that recall ability just so nicely to kind of bring in anyone for an opportune gank. And then
We got some observers in this lobby. There was some all chat at the end of that game from observers. Yeah,
really?
Some guys speaking Spanish. I think they may have to shore up their lobby pass.